And it's Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, we're going to do a mid-June check-in. So I'm going to do some weigh-in. I'm going to share with you ketones, averages for blood sugars, etc. I'm also going to talk about some changes that are coming for the channel. Hi, I'm Misty. I've been doing lazy keto for the last couple of months. I've done carnivore, I've done regular keto, I've done strict keto, I've done protein, high protein, lower fat keto. I've done all of the ketos and all of the carnivore and ketovore. I've done all the things. I started this in 2017 because I wanted to get off insulin and did it, and then went back on insulin and gained. So yeah, anyway, that's what we're talking about today. So if you're triggered by talk of weight loss and stuff, then this probably isn't the video for you. So tread lightly. So first things first, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for those of you who are watching vlogs, leaving comments. I appreciate it. So let's start there. The other day I posted a short because I literally had like 1 minute of footage for a vlog. So what I've decided to do, instead of posting a vlog every day, I'm going to post a vlog probably every other day. That way you have 2 days of footage in one vlog, and I'm posting 3, maybe 4 vlogs a week. I think that's just going to be easier because there are days where I either don't eat, or there's days where I have a coffee and then I don't eat again until the end of the day. So there's all sorts of things that are happening that might make it challenging to have, a full day of eating. So there's that. So that's probably going to be the biggest change. I am going to try to do bi-weekly weigh-in. So weigh in every 2 weeks, kind of like the first of the month and the middle of the month. When I do those weigh-ins, we'll talk about the weight, we'll talk about changes in averages for glucose, we'll talk about ketones, all of the things. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to do today. I'm also going to check in with my goals. I only remember one, it's not going well. So I also have blood work, so let's start there. So I literally have not had my A1C tested in a year, and I didn't realize it had been that long. So I think I mentioned when I started vlogging again in my last weigh-in or whatever, that I was highly anticipating my A1C, which is your 3-month average of how much glucose has been in your blood. I actually thought it would be like 9.5. It's 7.8. So doctors want you between 5 and 7, and I am getting close to that, which was surprising AF. Surprising AF. Now, one thing I did yesterday, and I talked about this in the vlog, this will probably go up before yesterday's vlog because yesterday's vlog is going to be a little lengthy. I wanted watermelon. I've wanted watermelon for a couple of days now. Rob was going last night to get a snack, and I was like, I want some watermelon. So he bought me a little cut up container of watermelon. I ate half of it last night. I ate the rest of it this morning. So this is why I say I'm doing lazy keto, because watermelon is a very high carb food. Keto, as it's presented, people have this idea that all foods are off the table, like all carbs, all fruit other than berries, blah, 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 blah. And you can believe that or not believe that. That's completely up to you. But you have to remember that we're talking about ketogenesis. Is that the right word? It's a metabolic state. You burning ketones is a metabolic state. And if you have a carb or a higher carb meal every once in a while, that's not really going to kick you out of ketosis. I don't know if he still makes content, but Jason Whitlock used to make a lot of content where he showed, breaking a keto fast or whatever, and how it affected his ketones and how it affected his glucose. So at the end of the day, I'm not here to give you medical advice. I'm not here to tell you how to do a diet whatsoever. I'm just sharing my experience. And what I've decided to do is that if my body is craving something that isn't like French fries, tater tots that I found in the freezer that I'm like, God dang it, I thought I got everything out, pasta, bread, those kinds of things. If I'm craving a fruit, or if I'm craving a vegetable that is higher carb, I'm going to allow myself to have it. Am I going to give that to myself every single day? No, I'm going to have it. I'm going to get it out of my system, and then I'm going to go on about my life. Because one of the reasons people don't do this for a long term or say it's not sustainable is because, there's no cheating. And I don't consider that cheating. I want to get out of that mindset. So a lot of this is about kind of disassociating emotions from food, number one, because I want to stop being an emotional eater. But it's also getting out of this mindset that I have to be so restricted 24/7. That's not really the case. So the watermelon last night bumped my blood sugar up like 40 points and it came right back down. So it really didn't have a negative effect on my blood sugars. The one I had this morning was a little bit different because I'd also had a shower, blah, 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 blah. And when you're up and moving, your glucose already goes elevated. And mine actually went over 180. So it screwed up my averages. And I'm mad about it, but I did it to myself. But again, I want to get out of the mindset that there's no emotion tied to food. It's not a reward. It's not, something that I'm going to, have all of the time. But if I wanted a nectarine or a plum or one cherry, Rainier cherries, whenever those cherries come here, I will have Rob get me a bag and I will eat on them for a few days. Like I'm not going to get into the mindset that everything is off the table. And again, that's why I say I'm doing lazy keto. For the most part, I'm eating one meal a day. I'm having a coffee in the morning. And that's really about it. And the blood sugars show it. I had 2 days in the last week where my blood sugar was under 90. So this is working for me and I'm going to keep doing it. So that's kind of my spiel about that. So in a vlog the other day, I talked about how my weight loss is more for, it's more of a physical thing. So I am not the type of person, I am confident at this size. I was confident at 425 pounds. It's been a really long time since I've had any kind of thoughts in my head where like, you'd be prettier if you did this or, those kinds of things. And I talk about and explain more in that video kind of how I came to that mindset. But at the end of the day, as humans and especially mothers, they have what you say to yourself, I need to lose 10 pounds, I'm too heavy, blah, 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 blah. All of those are recorded on your child. So not only did I have all of that, but I also had, you'd be so much prettier if you were thinner, and I'll give you $1 per pound if you lose 100 pounds. Like all of these things that kind of happened in my childhood. And I came to the realization that none of those were mine. None of those were my thoughts. I never thought those kinds of things about my body. I only did what I thought other people needed me to do. And once I took autonomy over that and I was like, okay, this is my body, I can do whatever the fuck I want to with it. It went a long way into me finding confidence in who I was. I don't need to be 125 pounds to be pretty. I'm pretty today. Is the makeup a little much? Yeah, but you know what? I love makeup and I put makeup on to help me mentally. It's something that I can do where I can meditate and just think, etc. So there's that. So there's a whole debate and I'm trying to stay off TikTok. Like there's this whole thing about if you're trying to lose weight, then you're fat phobic, etc. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You can be healthy at every size. I absolutely 100% agree that because there are people bigger than me who are friends who have the best health I've ever seen. No cholesterol issues, no high blood pressure, etc., etc. But we've been fed for the last 30 years that being fat automatically means you have diabetes or you have high blood pressure or high cholesterol, or you're gonna have a heart attack, you're gonna have a stroke. And that's not always necessarily the case. If it was the case, then you wouldn't have so many fat people thriving and you wouldn't have really thin people dying of heart attacks and high cholesterol. I am at my size and I don't have blood pressure issues and I don't have high cholesterol. I have a high A1C, but that's it. And if I could be comfortable in this body, like if I didn't have this back disorder that I didn't ask for, that just genes, thank you, the genetic lottery, I would be fine at the size I was at. Like it's not because I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I'm ugly, blah, blah, blah. That's not it. But if that's your why, then that's okay. But I just need you to know that that's not my why. Like, that's not my why. Like, I don't look in the mirror. And now I would say that I would like to get rid of this. And I would love to get my eye hoodies operated on. But this is more because they droop over my eyelid, and this is going to be a problem as we get older. And this is just, I've never liked having a gobbler. So yeah, so anyway, I just want to kind of get that out of the way. But that's something I talked about more in a vlog the other day. And several of you commented, you're like, yes. So just know that me losing weight has nothing to do with being fat phobic, etc. I'm not losing weight to think that I'm going to have a completely different life, because that's not how it works. I'm choosing not to have weight loss surgery because I know that we haven't fixed the issue. And if I have weight loss surgery, I'm literally going to have weight loss surgery and gain all the weight back. I already know. So yeah, I don't know why, like, I already lost my train of thought, but that I just needed to get that out there because it was something I talked about the other day. If I didn't have health issues, I would be fine at the size I'm at. But I do have health issues, and so I'm trying to get some weight off. And that's what's happening. So when I weighed in on December 31st of last year, so January 1st for us, I was at 330 pounds. So when I started this kind of reboot, I was hovering right around 350. I had lost and gained the same 25 flipping pounds. Well, today I'm weighing in at 334 pounds. So I believe that's 4 pounds down. I lost 2 more pounds since filming of this video. Since the last time I weighed last week, and of course 20 something pounds down from whatever, and we are 9 pounds away from my second go at 100 pounds lost. So if you don't know, back in 2017 I started keto to get off insulin, and I did a great job, lost close to 100 pounds, had to go back on insulin, and I gained all of it back, and then I've been trying to lose it again. And so that has been working. The way I've been eating has been working again. So let's talk blood sugar averages. So that's really my main focus for all of this is I want to keep my glucose down, and I want to get to a point where I have better insulin sensitivity. Thank you to whoever pointed that out. I've been trying to do some research about it. So my body uses the insulin that I have as it needs to, and hopefully I haven't screwed up my pancreas. So yeah, so 2-day average for my average glucose is 131. Again, 92% enraged. Had that one thing this morning. And yeah. The 7-day average is 119, which is 98%. Is that 95? 90s? I don't have my glasses on. In the 90s. And then my 14-day is 131. So if we were to take my A1C, that 6.4 would be my A1C. 30 days, this is higher, so 174, and this is where I was starting to come down. And you can see over the last 14 days, my blood sugar numbers have continued to fall, and that is the goal of all of this. And of course, 90 days, you can see right there, 7.8, right on the dot. So yeah, pretty cute, pretty cool. I'm very happy with my progress. Again, I'm trying to lose the weight, as we've talked about, but the blood sugars is where my focus has always been. So, hey, hi, I'm a hot rambling mess. You're welcome. So, takeaways, TLDR, vlogs every other day. So maybe 3 or 4 a week. Down 20-ish pounds. 9 pounds away from being down like 100 for the 3rd time. Friday, I have a rhizotomy. If you're unfamiliar, that is a nerve ablation. And they basically go in and burn the nerve. And they do that, I think electronically? I don't know. I try not to like, I have a general idea, but yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about the gynecologist. I went to the gynecologist. It was painful as, ugh. How are we still using the same tools we used back in the 30s? We gotta figure something else out. So I don't have results of the pap smear, etc., but I will share those with you when I do. I scheduled an in-office visit with her for the 30th of June to talk about, I think I'm premenopausal, acne, hair is falling out. I mean, the hair is falling out. I barely have any hair. It's falling out. So all of the things. So hopefully we'll get my hormones tested. We'll see if I'm, started menopause. I've had the hot flashes, all of the things. So yeah, I'm still waiting for my gene sequencing. It said 4 weeks after May 21st. So we should be getting close for it to move to the next step. hopefully that has some answers. Like, seriously, dude. Like, seriously. That's really about it. So I'm not going to vlog Thursday and Friday because I plan on fasting tomorrow. I have to fast anyway because of the procedure. So like after midnight, nothing after midnight. But I also want to fast tomorrow just to make sure that there's nothing that's going to upset my stomach, etc. when we go. Yeah. Rob and I have decided to get our next COVID vaccine when he's on vacation. So we had COVID in March. I feel like I still have long COVID. That's the other thing. I think I'm going to try to reach out to an ENT. Actually, 2 things. Oh my gosh. So I developed these little bumps on my arm. They're hypopigmentation. So they're little bumps that don't have any color. And my arms are red from cletoparla, strawberry skin stuff. And so I'm like, okay. So I looked it up and it could be in conjunction with something vascular. Well, if you guys remember a few weeks ago, I had a vein in my leg that was killing me. The vein was hurting. I've been dealing with really dark, like my veins will get deep dark and pop out sometimes, which I think is probably a circulation issue. There was one other thing that I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should see a vascular person. Oh, the veins on my feet are like deep dark blue, and there's like a big old blue like splurge. There's a bruise because I ran over my foot with my stupid wheelchair. But there's also just a spot where my veins are all kind of blue and stuff. So I thought, you know what? And if you guys remember, I had a high red blood count a couple of years ago, and I was dealing with iron overload. So I think reaching out to someone who's vascular is a good idea. I also want to reach out to someone who is an ENT because I feel like I still have that stupid sinus infection that's going along with long COVID. So I want to talk to somebody and see like if I need to have surgery, have it drained, whatever we need to do. My lymph nodes are tender and still swollen. So clearly I am still dealing with that. The weather is not helping. We're basically having our April weather in June. So yeah, this was a long ass video. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a purple heart because I love you. Thank you for listening to me. I know a lot of people are, they don't want to talk about things on the internet, but I like to share my story so you don't feel alone. And so you see that, you're not crazy. There could be something wrong with you, and I'm just here to share my story. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. The next video you see will probably be Friday, and that'll be yesterday and today's vlog. So yeah, love you. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.